Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be a 5-year recap on the Citizen Chronomaster AQ4020-54Z. I know it's a mouthful. But yeah, I've owned this watch for about 5 years now, and I just wanted to show you my thoughts on owning this watch, the kind of the pros and the cons and whether I think it's still worth it. You can see I put it on a leather strap, and this leather strap is provided by Vario. So they sent me some straps over to review. So I thought, why not put this Chronomaster on a leather strap, make it a bit more dressy and give it a different perspective for this video. So anyways, let's begin and let's talk about how often I wear this watch. And to be honest with you, I actually don't wear it that often anymore. I used to wear it every day when I first got it, but nowadays I wear it probably maybe once a month, maybe once every 2 weeks. I just feel like right now I'm currently in the phase where I like watches that are a bit more sporty, and yeah, I just like having watches. So I buy and sell a lot of them. And so this one, I'm not going to sell it, but definitely it's not a new watch anymore. So I usually just wear it on more dressy, more special occasions. So that's the first thing. And then the second thing I want to talk about is actually not about the main body of the watch, but look at the bracelet. So this is a titanium bracelet, and I just want to point out that if you see here, this part of the bracelet, like if you can imagine, if I was wearing the bracelet, it'd be like this. I usually, well, first of all, I wear my watch on my right wrist. Usually my hand is like this on the side. So that's why this part of the bracelet is more worn down. I just want to show you, like, this is kind of what happens to titanium over the years. You can see it almost gets this, kind of looks like rust, not gonna lie, but I know it's just from the erosion, the constant friction rubbing gives that kind of, honestly, it doesn't look good. It looks tarnished, and unfortunately there's not much I can do about it. That's just how titanium goes when you rub it on a surface, and that's entirely dependent on how you wear the watch. So I want to keep that in mind. Otherwise, the bracelet is like no issues. It's lightweight. It's quite durable. It's just that titanium, when it rubs, it definitely kind of gives that off, especially with the brush finishing. So that's another thing. The bracelet still holds well, but cosmetically, has some wear and tear. Another thing I want to talk about is the accuracy. So this is the Chronomaster, and the Chronomaster, the appeal of it is that this is a high accuracy quartz watch, which basically means it's supposed to be plus or minus 5 seconds per year, which is like amazing. But if you actually look in the instruction manual for Citizen, the only way to reach that plus or minus 5 seconds per year is you actually need to do a few things. The main thing is that you have to wear the watch pretty often. I think, I can't remember, but you're supposed to wear it for like 16 hours a day, like every day. And that's mainly because of the temperature, and I believe the position a little bit, but mainly temperature. So this thing is rated to plus or minus 5 seconds per day, assuming that, it's receiving the heat from your wrist. But because I don't keep my watch on my wrist that often, at least this one, it's mostly room temperature that this watch experiences. So unfortunately, because of that, I'm getting probably closer to like +8 or +9, sometimes even +10 seconds per year. And yeah, I mean, I personally don't care that much, right? Because I feel like plus 10 seconds a year is still very good. Like, I really don't have to reset this watch. I think I only reset it after 2 years of uninterrupted time setting. So to me, that's pretty good. But just keep in mind that if you don't wear this watch every day, you're actually not going to get the quoted accuracy, which to some people is very disappointing because this watch costs about $3,000 Canadian. So another thing to keep in mind. Another thing to keep in mind is I'm using a different camera, so it's kind of hard to pick up the red unless I go really, really close. Yeah, that's unfortunate. It's just I'm using an iPhone this time instead of my OnePlus, so let me know if you like this camera quality better versus the OnePlus, because I find that the iPhone is it's a bit more dull compared to the OnePlus, which I guess makes it more realistic, but makes it harder to catch the vibrant red. Now, speaking of that red, that's actually like the biggest selling point of this watch. I still get a lot of compliments about this watch. Like when I'm wearing this watch, or when I'm just like showing people pictures of my watch collection, or when people check out my YouTube channel, this is the watch that people say like, oh yeah, like this looks like a good watch. This is the watch that if I had to choose out of your collection, like this is the coolest. I want this one, which is interesting, right? Because I mean, I have a Rolex, I have Omega, and a few other brands in my collection, but this Chronomaster is the one that always gets the most attention, the most compliments. It's just that blood red, that textured red dial just looks so unique, so interesting, so hard to see, unfortunately, on this iPhone. But I hope you can see it when I put the watch right up to the lens. So it has a very nice vibrant red. Lots of compliments. That hasn't changed. Now, in terms of pricing and availability, it's the last time I've seen it, it was about $3,000 still. And there is a green version that I see for sale on Japan, or in Japan. So it's not super available, right? This is a limited edition of 200, even though it doesn't write it down, but only 200 of these are made. So I rarely see it for sale now, but it looks like the price has kind of settled around the 2,500 to 3,000 Canadian dollar mark. So, I mean, I guess that's good for me. It's good for an investment. It hasn't dropped in price, which makes sense because it's a limited edition. So yeah, let's recap. 5 years into this watch, I don't wear it very often, to be honest. The bracelet has some cosmetic tarnishing because of how I rest my wrist on the table. Accuracy wise, it's actually not plus or minus 5. It's probably plus or minus 10 if you wear it semi-frequently. It's still my most complimented watch out of all my watches. Out of watches that cost double this, this takes the cake. And pricing and availability, it looks like it's held its value because, you know, it is a fairly rare watch. So that's about it. In terms of the future, I'm gonna keep this watch. I have no intentions of selling it, even if I'm like not wearing it that often. You know, I think it was my first luxury watch and I'm really happy with it. And yeah, if anything, even if I don't wear it, if I show people pictures of it, you know, they're kind of like amazed by it. And also my initial review of this watch is still my most popular video on this channel. So that really speaks a lot to the Chronomaster. So that's about it. That is my 5-year update. Thank you again to Vario for sending the watch strap. Let me know what you think of the leather watch strap versus the bracelet. You can watch the video with my bracelet in the full video review. I'll put it at the end of the video of this one. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe for more videos. And as always, I'll see you guys next time.